Hello again, welcome to another exciting episode of Troglodyte makes rooms for people. That one was weak, I'm sorry. I should, before I start I should think, okay, what should I say? I try to do it off the cuff because I feel like it might be funnier that way, but that was just terrible. Okay, so this episode I am going to construct the NPC's house. I always seem to start at night. It's not intentional. Put some lights around just to see what I'm doing. Okay, I found this heart when I took a brief little walk around the subterranean ice caves. It was just on a lark. It's like, oh, what's down there? And I saw the heart, so I grabbed it and I left because I felt like I was doing too much off camera. I'm going to take that now. I got a bunch of materials to play with. I have a rough idea of what I want to do, but there's no guarantee that it's going to stay that way. Gonna have to play around with it a bit. Whoops. But, yeah, so I think I'm going to start now. I'll start by laying down this guy, actually. Just because I don't have to run back every time I want to craft something, and usually 90% of the crafting for a house would be out of this guy. I should also bring a furnace over here because, actually, maybe I have enough stone I can just make one. I don't care if I have 2 ferni. Did I miss it? Yeah, I'm busy. Leave me alone. See how long it takes you to kill me. You're doing no damage to me, buddy. It's totally useless what you were doing right there. Okay. Let me just go steal my furnace. I'm wasting time with that nonsense. I'll bring it back. It's okay. I know the owner. He's okay with it. I am not going to need an anvil. Pretty sure. Ooh, I might need a sawmill. Let me grab that too. You never know. Okay. Okay, I've stripped the house enough. Put that there. And let's get the sawmill. Put that there. Okay. So we got plenty of room to play with here. I'm not going to count, but I'm going to get a rough idea of the middle. So let's see, I'd say it's right here-ish. Where's my face? My face seems to confirm. So I'm going to place this here. Hey, guys, I'm trying to do something important here. 3 deep? I don't think I wanted to go 3 deep. Let's get the dirt back out. Oop, that's right, I gotta place the bunny ears. I really shouldn't have done this at nighttime. Okay, I want a foundation, so I'm gonna go at least 2 deep there. I need some way to mark the middle. Ah, I defeated you. No, I didn't! Because you're nimble. Fairly certain I'll be using fast forward during this episode anyway. But I kind of want to get roughed out with you guys here. Get it roughed out with you guys here. So, put another one up there just so I can walk under it, and then I know where the middle is. Okay, good. So the foundation is completely useless, obviously. We don't need a foundation. But, it feels like it would be more accurate if it had one. So that's why I'm making one. Oh. Stop bothering me. Okay, I think that's a good start. this at the boundary. Actually, an easy way to tell the distance we've traveled. Oh, I just realized. We got this middle block here. If I can leave that so it's just on the edge of the screen, like there. Put the... Whoops. Those guys are just not union, you know they're not. Okay, so if it's just on the screen there, and if the same is over here, then we got right in the middle. See, I went too far. Or I want to go farther over there. Or I want to move my middle piece. Okay, at least it's daytime. Okay, so this may be four or five blocks. And 4 or 5 blocks. Okay, that's pretty good. So that's our middle. Good. Who needs counting? That's for eggheads. And no fancy material here. We're just going to do stone. It's a foundation. Foundations aren't fancy. Oh, shoot. Look at that. Can I get rid of these greenies? Hate green bits. Such a bother. Oh, I'm going to leave that one because I'm not bothered to go in there. He's bothered twice in 2 different meanings. Cool. I don't know why I'm going so slow. I can just do one layer and then do the other layer. So let's do that instead. There we go. Now we're cooking. Bet you didn't think I'd have those kind of ups, huh, green slime? That's why you don't underestimate your opponent. Okay. Perfect. Oh, well, not so perfect, because the foundation's a little taller than the... But I could always fix that. Okay, now again, let me just raise this one more while I think. Okay, I'd say that's big enough. Rooms don't have to be massive. Okay, so one thing I have to pay attention to is how many guests we're going to have. So it's including the guide, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 different rooms. Now let's see. I'm thinking Dynasty wood, but I don't have enough. So that could be a problem. I do like it though. Maybe I'll have enough. I'll play with it. I'm stalling, I'm thinking, so I'm like, oh, I'll just kill some guys while I'm thinking. Let's see. Maybe I want that to be a little bit bigger. Like I said, I have a plan, but it is very much rough, my plan. Okay. I'll make it a little bigger, I think. I'll put my back against the wall here. And then I'll use the wrong material. And then I'll use the right material. Okay, I think that's okay. Oh wait, I did it wrong. I'm supposed to have my back against the thing here. It's my system. Can't you figure out your own system? Alright. Okay, so let's tear this back down. Okay, that's a good start. Now I want some mahogany stairs. Let's see, put these here. And then wait, actually I shouldn't have done that. Whatever, doesn't matter. And go here. More than I'll need, I think. Well, it's going to be a couple of floors, so. And let's get those up where I can actually use them. Sweet. All right. How do I do under? Oh, okay. Ooh, this is actually a lot more narrow than I thought it would be. But that's okay. Out my ham axe. What a great invention that is. Can I get rid of the second floor? Or the second set of stairs? Perfect. Okay. I got some mahogany stairs. And go up to the floor there. Okay. Cover this. And I gotta create a way through it. Okay. Okay, so far so good. Okay. I feel like I should still have the centerpiece. So let me just put a piece of mahogany there for the time being. Is this the one higher than I wanted it to be? Huh? No, it isn't. Ah, alright. Okay, I think it's going to be time to put it in fast forward, because obviously this is a clear example of why I can't do things slowly. And here we go.
The true word of welcome was spoken in the door. Dear days of old, with the faces in the firelight, kind folks of old, you come again no more. was home then, my dear, full of kindly faces. Home was home then, my dear, happy for the child. Fire and the windows bright glittered on the moorland. Song, tuneful song, built a palace in the wild. Now when day dawns on the brow of the moorland, lone stands the house and the chimney stone is cold. Lone, let it stand now, the friends are all departed. The kind hearts, the true hearts that loved the place of old. Spring shall come again, calling up the moorfowl. Spring shall bring the sun and rain, bring the bees and flowers. Red shall the heather bloom over hill and valley. Soft flow the stream through the even flowing hours. Fair the day shine as it shone on my childhood. Fair shine the day on the house with open door. Birds come and cry there and twitter in the chimney, but I go forever and come again.
Alright, that's it for now. Kind of went according to plan. There was the whole issue of running out of dynasty wood, which is not ideal. What I'll do is when I find some dynasty wood off camera, I'll just substitute the dynasty for the regular wood. Worst thing about it is that the work. Other than that, I'll get a bunch of wood out of the deal that I can store and use later, so not a total loss. Not sure if I'm going to keep the stairs. I'm curious if the NPCs will... Well, they like to travel. So if there's an NPC in here, or an NPC in here, or not in here, this is going to be like a unoccupied space. Or in here, they might wander out into here, and normally they would just cross, but maybe they'll go up the stairs. And do they know how to go back down the stairs? That's my question, so that they can go into their rooms during a blood moon or something. I'm not quite sure. If they can't, then this will have to be redesigned a bit. As it is, I think it's pretty decent. I used the gray stucco walls, and then I painted white over them just because I wanted them a little brighter. For all I know, there's a white stucco, and I totally wasted my time doing that. But the effect is pretty good. I like how it looks. I wanted a darker contrast for the background walls over here, and I was searching and searching. I'm like, well, I could use the ebonstone blocks, but I don't want a dungeony feel. And then I was like, well, let me use this gray wallpaper that I bought 300 of. But I didn't like that. It looked too busy, but I wanted something dark, and I'm like, all right, well, let's just go with wood background. If in the future we find a better background, I don't mind going through and just replacing it. It's not that big a deal. By the time that happens, we'll probably have a better hammer, so it won't take as long to break down the walls. Like I said, worst case scenario is just a little bit more labor, and I don't mind that at all. So if you're counting along, and you weren't counting these center spaces, which technically could be rooms if we wanted them to be. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and then 18 down there. And if you look, I didn't mean to bring that up, but nice anyway. If you look over here, there's 19. There's an extra space. The extra space is for an NPC that only shows up during Christmas time. Most Terraria fans know who that NPC is, but in case you don't know, I'm not going to spoil it. When he shows up, I could designate one of these center rooms as a temporary, whatever his name is, space. Or I could just do it in the bottom left there. This needs a background wall. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here yet. Originally, I thought I was just going to do the same color here as I was doing all the way up the center, but now I'm not so sure. So, I have to think it out. I tried the gray wallpaper. I'm thinking maybe I can save it. Maybe I can not waste it. But I don't think that's going to work either, because again, it still looks kind of bad. Like before with the other build, I forgot to place a block on the bottom, and I was going to do a block all the way along the bottom too. If I did that now, it would narrow the space. However, I've decided that I could also just tear up one layer of this brick foundation or stone foundation, put it there. And if I still want 2 layers of stone, I could dig underneath and put another one there. So that's not that huge a deal. Again, labor, yay. But I need more dynasty blocks anyway. So I might want to do the bottom layer with dynasty, and then we're just going to wait for it. What else? This isn't done regardless of those needs. If I zoom out, there we go. You can get the whole thing in. I wanted to put a top on it. And if I break through really quickly, just so I can get to the outside. Hey. Come on back. Come on back. There you go. I thought of like a pitched roof where it's kind of like this. This is just a demonstration. I still have to figure out how it's going to look. Kind of like that, and I'm almost out of wood. Let's tear up one piece just to make it look a little bit better. Alright. Okay. So imagine this like a triangle, and I was going to put a much bigger one that would probably be the whole size of these two rooms that goes up and down. And then another one here that goes up and down. And then maybe a middle section that connects them, and that also connects to the outside. That's just flat. So imagine again, this is smaller than what it actually would look like, but kind of like this. Extending out that way, extending that way through the middle, and then extending that way through the sides, and then connecting down. I need more wood. Maybe when I get the dynasty wood, I can use the wood that I harvest from the interior and make that exterior wood. At that point, I might also want to use the dynasty for those pitched roofs as well, so... There's so much to do, so much planning. In the next episode, I'm going to add furniture and make these suitable rooms so that everybody can move in. Then I'll put a bomb in my inventory, unless I don't have one already. I do have one. And then I'll put a gun in my inventory, because those are the things that are required to get the weapon specialist and the bomb specialist, demolition specialist to come on down. Alright. I hope you had a pleasant time. I actually did. I enjoyed it. Have a good day. Goodbye.